afternoon, good day, good evening, good morning, lovers of life. This is Launa, or Launa Kabinamoto, a Namibian YouTuber. And yeah, I just was thinking of something today, meditating on life. I just sum it up, something that I thought I should come and share with you. Okay. Yeah, so it's about I'm having two recordings, but I feel like let me record this one first. But before I give you the title, or rather this will title itself, before I share with you about the title, I just want to inspire you and actually to encourage you. Please don't forget to subscribe. I need that, your sister need that, because through you subscribing, liking and sharing, this will grow our channel, and who knows what can come out of this. So one day when this channel is not as big, we might do a lot with whatever rewards that will come with with the growth of this channel. So, and I cannot do it without you subscribing, sharing, liking, and leaving comments below. Okay, yeah, I'm just checking in the background. I just what is playing on the TV, and so on. You know what? I was just thinking of this is something that has been coming long. I, as a woman, experienced, and it's something very dear to my heart. It's about one day. Okay, for me, I'm a philanthropist. I work with vulnerable children, women, and men, a bit of men, and I myself had experienced, some sort of psychosocial abuse, and sometimes physical also, and so on. And this really has enabled me to understand women more, and also men and children. As I have shared with you about my childhood life, and I share with you about the divorce and the abuse, there's many more that I'm going to share with you, because my whole idea is that one day when all is said and done, I don't want my grandchildren to be told that why your mother had two children, one biological and one by virtue of adoption, is because she aborted, like people are saying, or because she didn't want to have children. These kids will just be going on YouTube or wherever on YouTube, and they will just jot in, and they'll get the information from myself. And I also would not want them to be told, like the black people like to say, that's a foolishness. You are divorced. I will divorce you like your grandmother, whatsoever. They'll be able to go on the tube and just, hear, from my mouth, what the causes was, why I couldn't have children more, why I was divorced, and this and that. And by virtue of that, I just thought, let me come to you and share with you. One day, I went to a meeting. It was to do with the charity with our organization, and so, by the way, our charity, we deal with divorce issues, abuse issues, HIV and AIDS related issues, adoption, and so on. We are currently we are not in operation like where we come with tangible help, but we are more into counseling you and advising you. So if you feel like watching this video and you want probably counseling or advice, you can just call, or you can just inbox me, and we can take that further. So without further ado, let me share with you. So when I was attending that meeting, one of the contactor, or the person who organized that meeting, asked me a question directly, and he asked me that why do women lay charges against their perpetrators or against their abusers, male abuser in particular, and then after a time they come and withdraw the case. As a person who had been through that, I had an idea, because this thing, according to a little bit of that I have, is that these perpetrators or abusers are people that grew up either in abusive homes, or this person has been, let me speak in terms of love relationship, a man, and let me speak in terms of either the man or the woman. So this abuser was either abused, was either molested, sexually molested. This abuser was either, could always see how the father or the mother either way abused, each other and so on. And this person did not have a role model, did not have a subject growing up that can guide him or her that this is how you should treat the other person when they wrong you or even not wrong you. So I might maybe mention just two to four sub points. The first point is this: you find this person who is innocently, accepting this person and not knowing what this person's psychosocial challenges are, not knowing this person's temperaments, not knowing where this person is coming from, which background is this person coming from. You just don't know how this person grew up and so on. And especially in this era that even from way back, but especially in this era where people are meeting on social media, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on TikTok and things like that. I'm not against such encounters. I'm not against such relationships, but it's sometimes risky. I remember growing up and I overheard parents talking that whenever somebody had to fall in love with somebody, the parents will ask them and say, do you know this girl? Do you know this guy? And then because the person is excited, they'll be like, yes, I love the person or I love her. Keep in mind, I'm not targeting only the men or whatever, because men can also be abused. Women, we can also be very much abusive. But I want to attribute this to the upbringing. If you are watching this and you are a father and you are a mother, I once listened to T.D. Jakes speaking back in the days, and he was saying, was it T.D. Jakes? No, the wife. Excuse me. And she was, no, I think it was him or she, one of the two. And they were saying that when you raise your son, keep in mind that you are raising somebody's husband. Don't raise that boy to be a mama's boy. Don't raise your daughter to be your daughter. Raise somebody, it's like raise the bird, so that one day when it's time, the bird will be able to fly away in a mature way, in a considerate way. So back to the question that I was asked, that why do women go back and withdraw the cases after being abused, either being beaten, either being molested, either being psychologically abused, either being cheated on, in particular, the question was women. And as a woman, in case you are watching this and you don't understand why you are being abused and you are just going to withdraw the case, or your friend is being abused, and let me tell you, I don't want this video to be long. Number one, why a person will be abused, beaten, half dead, sexually molested. Let me speak in terms of somebody you call my darling, my bae, my whatsoever. Number one, this abuser is probably a sugar daddy. This abuser is probably a Ben 10, as they say. This abuser, probably this woman does not have school or does not have a job, or she has school but she can't get a job, or she have a job but she has a little income, and this man's support is kind of topping up and magnifying things, and everybody is seeing that, wow, this girl is really glowing and everything is all together. So this woman will go and withdraw the case because this perpetrator would have come to her and said, yeah, if you are not withdrawing the case, I'm going to take the car off, I'm going to take all the benefits away, and I'm going to, and you are going to go back to your mother's house. Now this girl is afraid to be seen not having anything. So she will go and withdraw the case to cover up, so that she must cover up the lie, that image of her being bought cars, or things that look like she's in a good relationship. One of the point is the fear of losing the benefits. The second thing that makes them to go and withdraw is the fear of being killed. This perpetrator will come and say, I'm going to kill you, not only killing you, and I'm going to kill your mother, I'm going to kill your father, I'm going to kill your siblings. And we have seen on the TV where there was a situation somewhere here in Namibia where a boyfriend, was after this girl. This girl tried to run, and this boyfriend, jumped the wall and came and killed the daughter in front of the mother. We have incidents where, people go back and, they are afraid to be beaten. They are afraid to be, not beaten, they are beaten, they are afraid to be killed. And this person will blackmail you and say, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Or if you just don't withdraw that case, and you are going to withdraw the case, and the abuse will continue. So one of the third point is, what makes these women to go and withdraw is because as parents, when your child is being abused, like, Shivambo culture, the child will go home. The fear of going home, because the child is like, if I go home, then it's embarrassment to my parents. It was a pride that, I got married, so if I go home, they will, what will happen? Excuse me. They are afraid what will happen. So in doing that, they withdraw the case so they can cover up, so that the parents must think that, no, our daughter is really doing very well. The fear of the parents sending you back to that fire. And the fourth point, the fear of the society. What will the society say? I was in a situation which it was really, really, hectic, and I was like, what will the society say? What will the people say? So in doing this, or all these fears now give birth to these dear souls. Now that's why you find somebody's in the relationship and the person just commits suicide. There was no note, nothing. And we like to say, and also this kind of perpetrators of abusers, when this girl or this woman will go home and say, guys, I cannot anymore, he's abusing me. Guess what do? They will buy all the whole groceries. They will do a proper shopping haul, and then they'll go. Now, when your parents, look, blackmailing your parents, when you're sugarcoating your parents. Now, when your parents see all those things, and maybe you come from a poverty background or whatsoever, and most of the time, parents, they like to judge us on how the energy we had when we were home. Maybe you were a jovial person, you were a hyper person, and then they'll just be like, yeah, it's you are talking too much, and so on. And let me call that abuser is feeling very happy, just tapping his feet and just nodding his head, because he know that your parents, they don't have your back. Your parents are kind of indirectly in agreement with what he is doing to you. So now he will be buying shoppings and everything. What will your parents say? They will say, it's just you. Can you see this guy is a good guy? Which good guy? Until when your daughter is buried, killed. That's when now you want to jump. Jumping where? You have trained that person, that monster, to be the abuser of your daughter. So in this case, we as a community, or we as a community, if we don't help people, some of the people, you see a person, here are some of the signs. This person will come to work, and the person have got a red eye. Then they will be like, why are you having a red eye? No, I bumped myself in the cupboard or wherever. Colleague, if you see this person coming thrice, the today is a red eye, the other day is a arm that is tight, go and report this case. Engage investigation for this will to be investigated. That is why you see people are being dumped. I know of a situation where somebody killed somebody, and this person is now married to somebody, and this death of, and this is how this is how I've heard. What he did not physically kill the girl. He psychologically killed the girl. So this girl was pumped with all information, abusive words, and then this poor girl went to commit suicide. And you are married to this person, thinking, you have it right, just to realize this person was actually a monster from the onset. And what we do, most of us women, when I am in a relationship, let's say I'm a girlfriend, and I'm a girlfriend of a husband. So now, when he is doing me well, and when he's doing me well as a girlfriend, this will, eat up the wife back home. So we feel we are the top ones, ne? Because the other one is crying. If I can just give you a chance, and then we swap, you become the girlfriend, and I become the wife, and you will realize that this person is not the person you think he is. So now that is why you see people in such relationship, they go and commit suicide because they just cannot anymore. They go into a trance. This happened with either men. There are also men that just commit suicide. And people are saying, oh, we wonder what happened. This man was really, was just quiet. This man and this man. You don't know what the woman was doing. And what I have learned is that for, in just very few years, and I'm 50, in my life experience, I have learned, my daughter always used to like to say, Mama, words travel very far. For me is, I was a victim of, since if I cannot beat you with my hands, I'll just give you a word. I will not curse you, but I'll just give you a word. And some of those words, they come from an angry heart, from a revenging heart. Yes, it sounds like you are defending yourself, but you are hurting the other person. So now, a woman in an abusive relationship, maybe this person, as I said, is his supporter, is his sugar daddy. Maybe this person is it's like looking after the family. This family is like a crown of the family. And, they go and withdraw the cases. Women, I want to tell you, it is okay to go through a divorce. It is okay. It is okay. It is okay to end the relationship. It is okay if he is the only one that supports you. It is okay to walk away. Because, listen, the Bible says that cursed is the man that put his trust upon a human being. Cursed is you that put your trust upon your husband if you are, to be the only supporter. Cursed is you that put your trust upon your girlfriend or your boyfriend for finances. The person is abusing you. He gave you red eye. You are just withdrawing the case. The person is insulting your parents. The person is molesting your daughter. The person is molesting your sister. I know of relationship. I was talking with my daughter the other time, and I was saying, it is very good when you talk about a neighbor who have abused, the sister-in-law or the niece or the daughter. But when it is in your house, we want to hide it. That is why it is very dangerous when your brother-in-law or when a husband, somebody, or when a brother is molesting a child within the house. It's very dangerous because nobody wants to report because it's a shame. And this thing must stop. We must break the silence. As women, if you go and report the person, leave the case there. Allow the law to take its course. If he's going to, that is why we must be ready. We must prepare our souls. We must, give our hearts to God so that when this person even maybe shorten your life, you are going to heaven. This thing is real. You know, we must break the silence. Don't be afraid that, yeah, I'm not going to have bread anymore. You can stand up, go and work, go and sell fat cakes, go and do sweets, go back to school, do something. Don't depend on this person. It is really good when you have a man, a husband, or a whatever who is supporting you. It is very good. But when it comes on a price of abusing, on a price of being beaten, on a price of being insulted, cheated repeatedly, then no, I will tell you, walk out. It's better to be free. You understand? So now you find, like, especially these young girls, I feel pity for them. They go after a boy because the boy is a cool boy. Maybe when the boy is smoking, the puff will create like a balloon. Or maybe when the boy is walking, he's so slender, he's popular. Man, do an investigation about that boy. And you know, parents, we are the one causing this. Every time I speak to my daughter, I say, listen, you don't speak to me like this because this is how you speak to your mother-in-law. And then she'll be like, okay, mama. Then she will change. Then I'll be like, my daughter, you don't do like this because you might end up doing it in front of your boss and in front of your mother-in-law or your father-in-law or your future husband, because I don't like too much speaking of boyfriends. No. It's not my language. But if you have a boyfriend, you know, I support, but I pray that God must, bring you to a place where you get married. So women withdraw their cases because of fear. And the community is not ready to help these women. And when the person come and tell their situation, you go and tell the boy. If you see somebody, today's blow eye, today's whatever. Some people, they are stressed, they gain weight. Some, they lose weight. And nobody want to help people. What we do, we rather gossip. Ha! Look at her. Today she's having a blue eye. Look at him. Today he's having a whatsoever. And also men, they are also abused in silence. You know, I remember there was a situation where a man here in Namibia, or several men, you know, when they go and report about the husband abusing them. I mean, their wives abusing them, or girlfriends. What will the police people do? They will laugh at them and say, you are a coward, you are an idiot. How can you allow a woman to abuse you? Because this man is coming from a home, perhaps maybe where the mother was being abused, and he decided, no, I'm not going to abuse anybody's daughter. Now he's coming to the law enforcement. The law enforcement is making a mockery out of him. What will this man do? He will go to that woman and kill the woman. We are all contributing to these things that are happening in this world. And also, you know, lastly but not last, what I also don't like, this culture, I was listening to people saying, yeah, when you have problems, don't share with anybody. When you are married, don't share with your parents in particular. That is very foolishness. How can my daughter go through situations and I'm not supposed to hear it? Where did I become a fool? Where did I become unwise if I had carried my daughter for 9 months? Mother, if you are listening this, don't allow anybody to cancel your daughter or to cancel your son, that, you know, when they go through things, it is in the nature of God. Even God is biased. When the devil is abusing us, God comes in as a father. Why can I not be biased over my child? You understand? So when you have issues, my brother and my sister, dear lovers, maybe about to get married, or you are still courting, or you are married. When you have issues and your mother is alive, your father is alive, go to your parents. Let them tell you, how did they navigate through such storms? Go to, if your parents are late, like my parents are late, go to your aunties. If your aunties are not there, that's when you go to your pastors. Let's think of us as a church teaching people not to go to tell your parents. Not to tell your parents after carrying you 9 months, maybe after adopted you, after maybe raising you, and they are not supposed to know about your challenges. What will this person do? This person will go and commit suicide. This person will go into drugs. This person will go into alcohol. This person will suffer depression and rejection. Please, Society of Counselors, set the record straight. There is no place like home. When I went through my first divorce, I have learned there is no place like home. My family was there for me. Only them could tolerate my rejection, my embarrassments. Only them. The church was not looking for somebody who is divorced. Glory be to God. I'm forever grateful for my mentor, Apostle Goro, and his wife. They took me in. But the other fellow Christian, what were they doing? They were pointing fingers. Imagine if I've held on that marriage. I was suffering depression. I almost lost my mind. I was about to become psychotic. So please, my point is, when you go and report an abusive case, don't withdraw the case, dear woman. Dear brother, don't withdraw the case. And if the person beat you for the first time, maybe it's a mistake. But it shouldn't be the second time. The second time, that is not, it means he's getting used. You know a pit bull. Why they feed pit bull with red meat? I'm not that sure, but this is what I think. They want the pit bull to get used. That's when the pit bull gets hold of a human being. It doesn't want to live. It's the same with it. When the person beat you first time, maybe it was a mistake. Second time, this person is getting used to your blood. It's either give a warning or walk out. Especially when you are not married, boyfriend and girlfriend. If the person is beating you, this person will never change. Never. This person will never change. You know, most of us, we like to say, but when we're dating, he was not doing it a lot. No, that was a sign. He was not doing it a lot because he was luring you. He was pulling you in his net or in her net, either men or whatever. You find women that are so good in luring somebody's husband or somebody's boyfriend into their net. And then they'll play as if they are better than their wife, or they are better. And then these people break up or they divorce. Just to come and realize this one is worse than the other one. That's why they say it's better to be with the devil that you know than the one that you don't know. Are you getting me? But when you see an abuse somewhere, maybe might it be sexual abuse, psychosocial, physical abuse, whatsoever, please report it and encourage the person to report and not to withdraw the case. So I might be loud, but these are things that I'm passionate about. I believe I was born to advocate. And this is why I've created this, channel for us to be speaking candid and real stories. And today, really, I know what kind of, pushed me is that women, love yourself. Love yourself. Don't allow somebody to abuse you. Love yourself. When you love yourself, then you will know what to do with yourself. And men, please, your growing up should not be the reason to abuse somebody's daughter. And women, your growing up shouldn't be. Like I grew up where my mother was abused or was beaten in front of me by my stepdad, and she lost these 2 teeth, her front teeth. And one day, when I got married twice, I had an encounter, or we had a situation that was really tough in our marriage, and that thing triggered me. And I told myself, I'm going to defend myself. And you know what? Why? Because I thought my mother was, I was going to defend myself even in the place of my mother many years ago. I could have caused a bigger problem. So our growing up really, really can affect our future. So in conclusion, let me encourage you, before you get into a relationship, get counseled. Sought for counseling. Also research yourself. Have you forgiven the past? Are you sure you are ready with this person? Because if this person have come from an abusive background and yourself, you guys, you will not make it together. You will not make it together. And face the reality. Don't follow emotions when you get into a relationship. Face reality. Until next time, this is Launa K. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to share, subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. I love you so much. I might have been all over the place, but it was from the heart. The Lord bless you. Shalom, and see you next time.